Welcome to TypeScript FM, the friendly podcast for TypeScript developers where we bring you news, updates, and interviews from the community with plenty of tomfoolery sprinkled in. I'm your host, Kamran Ayub, and I'm joined by my co-host and best bud, Eric Onerheim. Together, we're the two TypeScript fools. Welcome to the show. Hey, how's it going?
It's going. You know, it's been pretty stormy around here for the last 5 days.
I know. It has been. But luckily, I was looking at the forecast this week. The storm should be moving out today, so we should have pretty clear skies for the rest of the week, which is good because guess what? I ordered the gravel and the wood to finish the retaining wall to finish the foundation for my office. So Thursday, Friday this week, that's the plan, is to work outside all day and try to finish that.
Nice. We're going to the state fair on Thursday. So we're going the opening day.
Nice. We don't really do that anymore. I feel like when you've been there like 10 times, like with the kids, it's just so busy.
We're not bringing the kid.
Yeah. So
she'll be at daycare and we're going to eat.
Oh, that'll be nice then. Yeah. I have brought the kids one-on-one, and that was kind of fun, like, because they obviously like to do the games and rides and stuff like that. But for adults, it's just like you're going to go there and you mostly go there to eat some good food.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, you've had a lot of Pokemon foibles this last week.
Well, as you may know, I have been playing Pokemon Heart Gold on my Android phone because you can download emulators. And just to be clear, I do own it on my 3DS. I own the physical copy, but I have the ROM version that I play on my phone. And when I was a teenager originally playing it, it was actually less than a teenager. I feel like when the actual Gold and Silver came out, I was probably like 10 years old. I had originally caught Ho-Oh, which is the legendary fire flying Pokemon. But randomly, I was just training some Pokemon to get ready to fight some battles, and Entei dropped, and he showed up, and so I used my Master Ball and I caught him. And I had never caught Entei before. He's one of the legendary fire Pokemon. So now I also caught Ho-Oh last night. So now I have 2 legendary fire Pokemon in my repertoire.
Yeah, I charged up my analog pocket here, and I have gold slotted into it. Nice. So I'm excited to play some more Pokemon here while I'm waiting for builds.
You're going to play the OG Gold, huh?
OG Gold. Yeah, so I have OG Gold card.
I have to say, all the quality of life improvements that they brought into Heart Gold and Soul Silver just make the game way better. I mean, I would say if you do have Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you should just play those because it's going to feel better. And the graphics are, improved, things like that.
Totally.
But otherwise, I mean, I'm wrapping up my course today, hopefully, because I finished recording all the modules. I'm just editing the last module today. And so submitting it for review and getting that wrapped up. So my Quick City Foundations course should be coming out hopefully this week or next week. So
yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a 60-minute course, but still, it's just enough to get you the basics. I would have loved to have more time to dive deeper into some of these concepts because they can be kind of complicated. But I mean, it's a nice introduction. So you'll know all the different building blocks of Quick City.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
What else did you do last week?
I had a really busy week last week. We went to a wedding and it was our first full night away, both of us at the same time from our little one. So we had an overnight babysitter, which was the first time we'd done that. Nice. That went pretty well. Except we were driving through storms. Oh. That was less good. But the wedding they threaded the storms on the wedding. So like it was like storm, wedding, more storms. So like they were stressing a little bit about that, but we managed to skate through there. Really cool talk at the IGDA Twin Cities this last week. Jen Corbett of Midwest Gaming gave a talk on your game's marketing blueprint.
Nice.
And I am rewatching that VOD. Because it is so good. Lots of really good advice about how to time your marketing with the announcement of your game and like how to like maximize that time and how to maximize your marketing budget and your marketing spend.
That's really cool.
And I managed to land in a Excalibur feature last week, a new sound manager.
Woohoo!
So you can manage like background music, foreground music, sound effects, this kind of stuff all in like one.
Excellent. Awesome. Should we get to the news, what little there is this week?
We should get to the news of August 11th.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow news week. I think most people are on vacation. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
But there is one news item that's relevant to talk about, and that's the Astro 5.13 release. So there's a couple things that jumped out to me. Number one, I did not know this, but the Astro env package, which is the recommended way to deal with environment variables, that actually will generate type-safe schema for your environment variables that you can use in your Astro app.
Nice.
In 5.13, they added better support for the import.meta.env, which is just the regular sort of key value store, but I believe it will convert the types for you properly onto that.
Nice.
Because I think in Vite, you're sort of used to using import.meta.env, so they added better support for that. For TypeScript developers, if you use Astro DB, they added enum support, and Astro DB has always been able to generate the type definitions for you. So you basically declare your schema in code, and then it spits out the right type definitions, the type inference for you. And now they added enum support. So when you add an enum in your schema, it gives you a string union for the property in the TypeScript type definition. So that's pretty cool. But otherwise, it was a minor update, so wasn't a whole lot there, but I'm sure Astro folks will be happy about that. There was a little bit more happening in the community, so we do have some cool highlights to go over. Dr. Axel was up to his shenanigans again with a new blog series, which is super cool.
Yeah, he's starting a new blog series, Learning Web Development, which is going through kind of all of the things that you might need to know for web development.
Nice.
And it's he's got like kind of a summary post that we'll link to, where he's going to link to all of the different types of things. But he's got a post about JavaScript strings and the methods therein, and kind of the quirkiness of JavaScript strings, and maybe some history as well. And then he also has one about JavaScript numbers, variables, and functions. And JavaScript functions are also kind of goofy. So it's a good read. So definitely check it out. And he's very thorough as always. So definitely go take a look at Dr. Axel's blog series about learning web dev.
Yeah, and if you follow Dr. Axel or subscribe to his blog, you'll get those posts as they come out, because it's going to be, there's a 2 out, I think, right now, right? But there's going to be some more. Awesome. We've got another blog post. I'm going to probably mispronounce your name, so I apologize. Nahuel, Scotti, wrote a blog post on type-safe data flow between client and server in Next.js applications. And now this is something that we've talked about multiple times in the past couple episodes, which is errors as values, that result type pattern. And so if you're still like a little confused about why you might want to use result types, I think that this blog post is great. So he explains why you would want to use a result type, because it makes things easier to deal with types and moving between the server and the client, and he does it by illustrating it through Next.js server actions and TypeScript. So I do recommend reading this blog post. I think this is super nice. It presents a nice case on, what does it actually help with? So if it's still a little fuzzy to you, definitely go check that out. And then the Clickhouse engineering team put out a blog post titled, "Does OLAP Need an ORM?" So if you want some background on ORMs, you can go listen to our ORM episode for like the background on why you may or may not want to use an ORM. And it really just depends on your situation and your team and what kind of DX you're looking for. But what I like about the blog post is that it goes through like, here's why like Drizzle and Prism are good at what they do, but they don't quite cover the use cases for an analytical database, because those ones are designed for OLTP, which is transactional database. And Clickhouse is an OLAP database. So it's very like kind of loosey-goosey with the schema and stuff like that. But they were trying to figure out, how can we create a nice developer experience that should, I'm quoting from their blog post, should balance simplicity and power, exposing the right amount of complexity for optimizing common use cases while providing escape hatches into full configurability. I'm really glad that they said this, because this was the takeaway from our ORM episode, which is I think that the best ORMs give you those escape hatches so that you can fully take advantage of whatever database engine you're using under the hood. So that's what they were able to do. They created a submodule in their Moose stack called Moose OLAP. And so the developer experience that they created for it makes it easier to use, but also allows you to take advantage of Clickhouse specific things. And so their blog post is more of like, here's how we did it and why we did it. It's not a ORM that you can use for like other OLAP engines, but it provides a sort of like a jumping off point for like, maybe this could be a thing that we use for other OLAP databases.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. It does go into quite a lot of depth for like, here are some issues with why we can't use Drizzle or Prism. And it's all built on TypeScript. And it's also, they added a Python client too. And it does runtime data validation. So even though you're defining your schema with Moose, at runtime, it also validates the data that you're submitting against their schema. And that's all powered through TypeScript.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty much it. Like, that's what we got. Like, it's a short week.
We might have missed some stuff. It like not a lot was going through the blue skies.
I mean, I scoured Hacker News. I looked at Reddit. I looked at all the top stuff. There wasn't a whole lot this week, which is fine. We're due for like a short episode, aren't we?
Yeah. Last couple have been like an hour long.
Yeah, there's just been so much. We do have a couple cool links, though. I can go really quick. I came across something called Nextra. It is a Next.js static site generator, and it just has a bunch of like built-in stuff. So we talked about Mastra, which is the TypeScript AI agent framework. Their website is built with Nextra. So if you want to kind of copy what they did, they built their own documentation. It's all custom, but they're using this as a framework. And then for Keep Track My Games, I have been wanting to do an idea where I generate videos based on like game trailers and stuff so that I could put out like a weekly automated, like, here's what's going to be released, or like, here's what's coming up. And I would love to be able to just programmatically do it where I just like stitch together these game trailers with some like UI graphics and stuff. There's an NPM package called Editly, which is for Node.js, and it uses ffmpeg. But you can do nonlinear video editing with TypeScript. So I can just write code and it can programmatically edit videos. Yeah. So,
this is cool.
Yeah. So this is my cool link for something I might actually use sometime soon. TypeScript FM is sponsored by Excalibur.js, the friendly TypeScript game engine for the web. Like many of you, I got into computers because I loved video games and dreamed of making one, but game development always felt a bit intimidating. Instead, I built a career in web development, though that dream of making games never really went away. Then I met Eric, who showed me I could use my HTML, CSS, and JavaScript skills to create games with just a bit of game design knowledge and the right engine. Excalibur.js makes game development approachable, offering everything you need to build 2D web games. Arcade physics, sprites, animations, input support, and integrations with tools like Tiled and Sprite. It's beginner-friendly, yet flexible enough to grow with you. Our team has published 10 games using Excalibur, all written in TypeScript. If you're a web developer looking to dip your toes into game dev or sharpen your TypeScript skills, give Excalibur.js a try at excalibur.js.com. Click the big tutorial button to start building your first game, Excalibur, a Flappy Bird clone. After that, join our friendly Discord community of web developers who love to help each other and share game dev tips.
Well, for my cool links, it's all Excalibur games that I didn't make. So there were 2 games from David Resoliti that he made for 2 different game jams. One of them is Spooky Truth, which it's awesome. It's such a vibe, very spooky. And then the other one was a platformer called Quad Rush, which is also extreme. They're both extremely polished. So it's like a really, really cool example of what you can do. And then Justin has been super busy, and he made another zombie shooter in Excalibur, and it's a lot of fun. So go check those out. We'll provide links to those.
Nice.
But yeah, people are making some cool stuff. And I think I've told a few of you that I know of several that are going to Steam now, which is like, it's so neat.
Yeah, that's super nice. We're going to have actual published Excalibur games.
Yeah, super cool.
Nice. Well, I mean, what are you going to do after this? Is there something from here that you're going to take with you?
Well, yeah, my takeaway. What is my takeaway for this one? My takeaway is that we all need to enjoy the summer. I think, I've I'm prone to working too hard, and I don't really notice it happening until I'm like fully cooked. So I would rather be doing the cooking than being cooked. So yeah, I think we're trying to take it slow, take it easy this August. Even though I have a lot on my plate for Q3, I think August we're gonna back off a little bit, and we're gonna take a hint from the rest of the community, which is take it easy.
I think that's a good idea. There's only like 2 weeks left, so it's kind of depressing, but we're almost done with summer.
Yeah.
But that's why I ordered that stuff for my office, because I was like, I would like to get this done before the fall. And so that's my plan is most of this week I'm just going to be working outside, enjoying the outdoors, and trying to finish that work.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but speaking of offices, I spent a lot of time adding like various lighting to my office. I have like a glowing Batman back there, and I have a
nice
cat eating ramen. I'll maybe put up a picture and we'll put it on Blue Sky or something.
Yeah.
But I have a whole bunch of lighting now in my office that has the ambiance.
Yeah, I love it. And all you need now is a camera. You can do sort of I have like an actual recording camera that I use for my courses, but it has the nice focal length set up on it. So the background is a little bit more blurred and it just looks a little bit more professional.
You get the depth of field effect.
You can get one of those, and then you can get the nice sort of background glow from all your stuff that you got.
Yeah. Right now I actually mount my Samsung phone's camera because it's got the huge camera bump on it.
Nice.
So that's what we're using right now.
Sounds good. All right. Well, that's our Minnesota long goodbye.
That's our long goodbye.
All right. We'll see you later.
Hi, everyone. This is Kamran. I just wanted to thank you for listening to the show, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. If you want to see the show notes, you can check your podcast player or go to typescript.fm, where you'll see a list of all the episodes. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friends, and please rate it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, because that's how the show grows and gets discovered by more people. If you want to suggest news or a project that should be covered, or just want to say hi, email us at feedback@typescript.fm. If you want to follow us on social, we're both active on Blue Sky. I'm at comronicus.com, and Eric is at ericonerheim.com. You can also follow the show directly at typescript.fm.